Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, and welcome to the In-Flight News Report. And today, I continue my coverage of Star Trek Las Vegas 2018. But first, let's check the headlines. Two grumpy old men fought in a Costco over free samples. Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon were unavailable for comment. Alright, let's get right into the news. Jason Isaacs talks canon, controversy, space wedges, and why he joined Star Trek Discovery. This will be day 2 of STLV, because nothing really noteworthy happened on day 1, so this will be my recap. The highlight for Thursday at Star Trek Las Vegas Con was Jason Isaacs. This was the first STLV appearance for the actor who played the enigmatic Captain Gabriel Lorca in the first season of Star Trek Discovery. While on stage, he talked about why he was reluctant to take the job, why he learned about Star Trek, and as well as revealing some behind the scenes tidbits from life on the set. Early on in his time on stage, Jason Isaacs addressed what is likely top of mind for many fans by letting audiences know he wasn't going to talk about Lorca coming back, saying, "You can ask me any questions you like, including questions about any future sightings of Lorca anywhere in Star Trek, and I will probably continue to lie and keep secrets, like I did last year. You can ask me anything you like, but you'll get nothing out of me." Later, during the Q&A, as he threw fortune cookies into the crowd, a fan did ask if the good Lorca would make an appearance, and Isaacs feigned that he couldn't hear the question, quipping, "Sorry, I can't hear what you're saying. The mic is not working. Next person." Jason Isaacs talks about how he just loved the original Star Trek when he was young and worshipped Captain Kirk, who he saw as a role model on how to be a man, which is why he said he was reluctant to take the part of Lorca when he was first approached. He was concerned that he could only be a pale copy of what had come before. However, he became more intrigued by the show when he learned it would be serialized and would deal with headline and hot topic issues. He was also attracted to the idea that the show would star Sonequa Martin Green, who he admired from The Walking Dead. So, I'm not going to cover that part because, I don't want to give too many spoilers. Come on. For people who I know haven't seen it yet, and, it is one of the better, reveals of a character, I think. So this ambiguity left Isaacs a very, I don't want to step on it because it's a really good character arc, and one of the best, in my opinion. So this ambiguity left Isaacs very wary until subsequently now former executive producer Akiva Goldsman told him he could be part of the discussion and part of evolving the character, which he appreciated, adding, "I jumped in and I am so glad that I did. It turned out to be one of the great experiences of my working life." The actor also talked about some of the early fan discussion of the show before it ever got on the air, noting that he understood how many were skeptical. These stories had been told in a world of love and inclusiveness for so many decades, and people were rightly very reticent about whether we were going to do it badly and whether we were going to honor Gene Roddenberry's original vision. He also assured fans that much care and discussion went into every decision, including things that were different about the show. What no one realized until we started, I think you all realized pretty soon, it's the writer's room. The writer's room is full of insane trekkers, insane geeks who would spend days arguing over canon and whether something was hard canon or soft canon. They would argue over what was and wasn't allowed. Believe me, the redesign of things, the Klingons, for instance, or of the communication tools, was the subject of endless debate. Nothing was done lightly, and nothing was done cynically. I can only hope that is true, and we shall see for the second season. However, the actor had no empathy for online trolls who sent him, Sonequa Martin Green, and others hateful messages attacking the show over its diversity. He dismissed them as people who were not Star Trek fans and had never seen an episode, and they didn't know what the great legacy was. I think this is important because of this, question of trolls and diversity. Because of recent developments with Lucasfilm, I'm not necessarily, saying that it's true here, but I'm not as willing to jump on board, and say that these are trolls and that they are anti-diversity. I would agree that they were not Star Trek fans and had never seen an episode if they were, because Star Trek is diverse and always has been. But I've looked here and there to find these comments. I haven't been able to. I would like to talk more about them, but I'm not going to without more knowledge, I suppose. But I thought that was noteworthy. But I'll continue. The actor also went on to note that as they were making the show, he came to appreciate the huge legacy of Star Trek and how Discovery was dealing with modern issues, saying something about the process made us realize that it is so much more than a story, and these are so much more than characters. I'm glad we agree on that. It represents something important and increasingly important in this world where hate is getting pumped out on political platforms all over the world. This is a show that posits a world where the color of your skin and your religion and your sexuality and even your species shouldn't be a barrier between beings, and they are all working for the greater good. Also agree with that. No matter who you are, or the color of your skin, or any of that, shouldn't matter. And that is something we didn't realize. We are all actors. I'm an actor, and I got there, and all I wanted to do is say energize one time. That's all I wanted to do, point a phaser at someone, and I was done. We all gradually realized we are responsible for something bigger than that. That this legacy and this mission of Roddenberry is to tell the world we are capable of better stuff and how important it was. And we all feel that responsibility, as well as to be entertaining. That's very good. Very good, Captain. Very good. Game Nights and Disco's solution to the Picard maneuver. They had cast nights, bonded early. One of Sonequa Martin Green's insistence that they all socialize with game nights, which became a regular thing at his house in Toronto. And they were all like family, and I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Isaacs had a lot to say about the costumes on the show, describing them as a gastric band due to how tight they were. He joked that this was one area where the show wasn't living up to its ideals, saying, although the future is all-inclusive when it comes to races and sexuality and physical types, but there can be no creases. Apparently, it was very, very important from CBS that the clothes should never have a crease in them. He explained how, for Discovery, the solution to minimize creases and solve the Picard maneuver issue of the jackets riding up whenever you stood up was solved by having the jacket zip to the pants. However, this created a new problem that whenever you lifted your arms up, you would get a front wedgie, creating what he described as a space camel toe. The actor noted, that does not sound pleasant, the actor noted that when the first image of Lorca was released, it revealed a tremendously controversial crease, which he joked resulted in everybody getting fired. In the end, the only way to make things work was for him to have two jackets, one for when he was seated and one for when he was standing, and they had to swap them out between takes. That's kind of funny. And that's it. So, I don't really have anything additional to add. This is just a recap of Lorca's panel. So, yeah, that's enough for me. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a comment down below, share it with your fellow passengers, and subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, make sure your seat back and tray tables in their upright and fixed position, and I will see you on the beach.